I'm Chelsea McMullen. I'm the director of Swan Song. Sean and I had the idea we were looking for a project that was like quite ambitious in terms of scale, and we kind of had a dream project in our mind, but we actually didn't have a subject matter. But we wanted to do something where we would follow something that had an organic art and a more cinema verite style, which is something we both kind of wanted to sink our teeth into. So we were just like, we're at Sean's apartment, like throwing around ideas, and Sean said, "Oh, Karen Kane is directing Swan Lake, and she's retiring after this incredible career, and then it was her iconic role." And then as we just started talking about it, we got like more and more excited, and then we thought, yeah, and then it could be like about Karen, but it could also sort of like follow like a bunch of different characters in the company as they move towards sort of like, from the first day of rehearsal all the way up until we step on the stage of opening night. So we just kind of got more and more excited, but that was like March.
It was like February 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like, and it was supposed to premiere in June. And so we were like, great idea. There's no way we're going to like be able to like raise the financing, get it together. Like, it's just this kind of like fleeting idea. That would have been great. And then the pandemic happened, and we sort of like, I don't know, 6 months later picked up the idea again and approached Karen and Barry Hewson, and who's the CEO of the ballet, and started the conversation.
I'm Nev Campbell. I'm the producer of Swan Song. I went to the National Ballet School. I started dancing when I was 6, and then I went to the National Ballet School when I was 9, and I was there for 5 years. And it was a phenomenal experience. The training at that school is top in the world, and it's challenging, but it's also wonderful, and I'm very, very grateful for it. And it definitely gave me all the discipline that I have carried through my life, for sure. These guys came to me, a year and a half ago or something? And they were aware of another film I had made, which I can't talk about because of the strike. But I did dance in that film, and they had some inspiration from that as well. And they said, "We understand that you have some connection to the school." And I was like, and then they told me about Karen. I was like, wait, Karen was my idol. Like literally my idol growing up. One of the reasons I became an artist. So to be asked to be a part of this project and to be a part of her Swan Song is, for me, just is magical, sort of full circle experience.
I'm Karen Kane. Excuse me. I have to say, I feel like this is just a gift that I never expected at this point in my life. I was retired. I felt like I'd been one of the luckiest people on the planet my entire life. My personal life, my family, my career. I just can't believe that something so wonderful is happening right now at this point. And I'm grateful. I feel grateful. I feel, wow, like things could not be better or happier or more wonderful in my life. And it seems to have always been that way. I don't know what kind of a lucky star I was born under in every way. My parents, my family, training at Canada's National Ballet School, having the National Ballet nurture me, getting to dance all over the world with other companies, with Roland Petit, with being invited everywhere, like all of it. It's just been, you couldn't write about this or plan this yourself, like. And I wasn't even dreaming about it. I was just taking the opportunities that presented themselves in my life. And here's another one that I'm going, wow, this is happening to me. I'm 72 years old, and I have a film at the Toronto Film Festival. It's crazy, it's wonderful, but it's crazy.
We were like so nervous to show Karen the film. Like,
And I was nervous to see it. Yeah.
Deeply terrified. Deeply terrified. But it was beautiful.
It was
yeah.
Karen like is like just so supportive and is like such an incredible artist. So she just like, I just feel like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Karen, but like, I just feel like you just really care if the art is good. What did she?
Yeah, you
Yeah, what
kept
did you-
saying, "Forget about me. This is a great film," and we're like trying to not cry, and just went home. We were like, "Oh God," 'cause it's been 3 years. It was 3 years, and you're looking at this person, and it's 450 hours of footage, and you recognize. I mean, we knew Karen was a great artist, but you learn the contours of her talent and just what a true genius she was as we were watching all of the videos, and then how she conducted herself through the process. And we were aiming for something raw and intimate and real and honest, and that's not always easy to watch. So that reaction, that was a good day.
Yeah, we were just like, okay, we're done. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Like, Karen likes it. That's all we care about.
That's a big point in this film, is that ballet is changing, and it needed to change. And there's an awareness that there was a level of racism in the ballet world for a very long time, and that needed to shift. And certainly, I think there is a lot more diversity happening in the schools, and it's growing. We need to see more of that. But a big part of what Karen wanted with this one, Lake, was to make a big change. She has this thing in the film where she asks the dancers not to wear tights anymore, that we get to see their skin, that we get to see their differences and see that as a beautiful thing, and not as something that we need to cover up. Where dance changed, where contemporary started to move in and modern started to move in decades ago, this now is the next shift that needed to happen. And I think it's wonderful. And I'm really glad that it was raised in our film, because I think a lot of people aren't aware of it, sadly. I think these guys have done such an unbelievable job with this movie. It's a challenging thing. It's a challenging thing to look at an entire company of dancers and not only want to capture their experience, but also choose what the story is going to be. I mean, you talk about how many hours, 400, to look at that and really find the best way to do the storytelling here. I think, they chose the right dancers and the right stories that will allow us to really get a sense of what this world is. They capture the athleticism, the artistry, the genius, the magic of what Karen has done and how accomplished she's been and what she's done in the world. And I don't know, it's a very moving, and it teaches us a great deal as well. So congratulations, you guys. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, Nev. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's the intimacy with the characters, because it's so hard to achieve. And it was years of building trust, and they put their stories in our hands, and that's a big responsibility. But I'm proud that that's in the film, and that so many of them had the courage to talk about all the things that they sacrifice and what they overcome and why they do it, for the love of the form. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like, I remember when we first pitched the film, we said like, it's kind of like a cheesy line, but I was like, when, like, I want the audience to feel like when each of the dancers step on stage, we understand everything they've gone through to get to this point, and we feel it. We feel the importance of that moment. And with every bit of choreography, I think I said sauté because I didn't really know. I know way more about ballet now, but it's like with every sauté, you will understand what it took and how hard they had to work to get to that moment. And that feels like that's the feedback coming back. And also that we really wanted to represent Karen's ballet as being as epic as it was visually, and have it live up to the moment. So yeah, I'm proud of that.
What are you proud of, Karen?
All of it, all of it. The process, the decisions. I guess the whole skin tone thing was difficult for some of the dancers, and I'm glad I was insistent. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it was an amazing experience, mostly, and there was actually no pushback about anything except the some of the dancers were uncomfortable with showing their legs in their actual skin tones, and they were so habituated to wearing pink tights and pink shoes, and yet there was this multitude of skin color in the company, and we were covering it up and putting wet white all over and that was so old fashioned to me, and so it ruffled some feathers, literally, but it was important. And yeah, no, for me it was everything I could have hoped it would be.